first, right, make sure to have your pen and paper ready to take notes on what I'm telling you, what I'm showing you, because if you don't already know and understand this, this is going to blow your mind, okay? So, when you're going on vacation or you're going to another country where you have to exchange, your currency from one to another. All right, here we go. So the first thing you want to do, right? You want to know what country you're traveling to and what currency they're using. Okay, so in my instance, right, Italy uses the euro, so we're going to be focusing on the euro. If you're going to a country in Europe, chances are if they don't solely use the euro, they might still accept it. So you can kind of use that, right? However, no matter what currencies they use or what you can pay in, you always want to pay in the currency of that country, right? Whatever is their main currency or the currency they use, that is the form of payment you always want to make. Okay, you always want to pay in that type of currency. And I will share more of that in another video, okay? So what's happening now is you're going to go to Google and you're going to, put, you know, euro to USD, right? I live in the US. I have a US dollars that I'm exchanging to euro. So you're going to put USD to euro, whatever, right? You want to know what the exchange rate, the conversion rate is, right? You want to know if it's a 1-to-1, meaning 1 euro is equally equivalent to 1 US dollar. Today, right? Today we're seeing that 1 euro is not equal to 1 US dollar. 1 euro is equal to $1.16 in the US dollar, right? So how can we take that? That can mean that the US dollar is worth a little bit more, okay? However, you have to remember when you're exchanging, depending on if the euro is going up or down, that's going to dictate how much money you can get. So, fast forward, right? I was looking at the charts and I was realizing, okay, euro is going to be gaining strength soon, right? So, if the euro gains strength and is going up, that means when we exchange our US dollars, we're going to have to spend a little bit more US dollars and we're going to get back a little bit less euros because the euro is worth more. So, when you're looking at the conversion rate, it's always going to be, one to something, right? So it's always going to be 1 euro is equal to 1 US dollar. You can also do the reverse, right? 1 US dollar is equivalent to 86 cents in euros. And for those of you who travel within Europe, you never really see anything worth less than 1 euro. Like that's so rare. Like that doesn't really happen. They'll have those cents, pence, don't even know what they call them, right? When they have those change in euros that you'll get back from time to time, but you'll never go somewhere and see it's worth 10 cents of euro or whatever the case is, right? You're going to see 1 euro and up, right? Everything is a solid number starting with one. So if you're looking at it this way and I'm looking at my 1 US dollar, I know that my 1 US dollar is worth more than a euro, right? So when I'm changing my US dollars, essentially you're kind of getting less euros, but you're kind of getting more, right? It's a little bit complicating, but you want to look at it this way, right? You have more US dollars, so if your US dollar is stronger when you're exchanging it, you can potentially get a little bit more, right? In that sense. So, story, right? Day one, we go, right? I go to the exchange booth and I ask them, if I take 200 US dollars, how much will I get? They said 130 euros. Okay. So now remember, when you're going to these exchange booths, right, they're charging you a fee. Sometimes they'll tell you exactly what that fee is, sometimes they don't, but they're going to be charging you a fee. And so if you go to the ATM, the fee might not be the same, but remember there's that conversion difference, which is the 1 US dollar equaling 86 euros. And then your bank may be charging you a fee, whether that's an international fee, ATM usage fee, different fees, and you might be getting it twice, right? It's the same way when you use a debit card in the States, where sometimes you're hit twice with a charge from the merchant and your bank. So, knowing how fees work or what your bank charges can help you decide if you're just going to go straight to the ATM, and pull out whenever you want, or you're going to pull out a great quantity at one time, exchange a whole bunch at one time, or if you're okay just going back and exchanging as needed. If your bank is international, then it's cool. You can go to your bank and it might not cost as much because of the exchange rate and the fact that you bank there. These are cool things to know. or things that are helpful. However, right, you have your exchange rate, and then you're going to more than likely be charged a fee. Some places have a higher fee than others. If you have time to shop around and see which one is better, go ahead and do that. If you don't, go to one. You can always try a different one next time. There's different ways to go about it, or you can just, do whatever's more convenient for you at that time. But if you're looking to, make your money go long and to save more or make money in this exchange, this is super helpful to understand. Okay, so what's happening is, right, 200 US dollars. Remember, they had told me it was going to be 130, right? Day two, I go 200 US dollars. They told me I would get back 130. Day three, I go, how much would it be if I exchanged 200 US dollars? They told me 116, 116, right? And that was just a difference of about 24 hours, really less than that, because I had asked them towards the end of the day, and I went the next morning to see what they said, and that was their number. Now, I know that 200 US dollars is equivalent to 171 euros and change, right? So let's just round it to 172, right? Most times they're going to round it up or round it down, depending in whose favor they want it to be in. They're going to round it down, right? If you're buying goods and stuff, they might be rounding it up. So we can round it up for that sake. So 200 US dollars is going to be about 172 euros. Now remember, they were telling me that it was going to be about 130, 116. So they were charging anywhere between 40 and 50 euros for that exchange fee, right? That was kind of their fee. But however, it was tacked into, right? But that was kind of standard for a lot of places. And I went to two different places, really. So the fact that they had the same numbers on day one and two different places. Day three, that place had the same one. However, I had looked at the market, and I looked at the euro and what it was doing, and I said, ooh, the euro is going to, it's going to gain some strength. So if it's gaining strength when you're exchanging it, you're really that means the US dollar is falling, right? If the euro's gaining strength, that means the US is falling, and so that's going to affect how much you get. So even if we put this here, right, we got 130 euros, that means is 150 US dollars. If we did 200 euros, that's 232. So this is kind of letting us know, right, that we can visually see that the US dollar is pretty is stronger, right? 1 euro is $1.16 in the US. 1 US dollar is 86 change in euros, right? So this is kind of letting you know. However, we can see that the euro is starting to gain some strength, right? It's starting to gain some strength. So the day that I got out here, right, the market was about down here, right? So the market pushed up. So that lets me know the euro is going to be equivalent to 1. The US dollar is going to be equivalent to what you see highlighted here in the green, 116, right? Which is correlating here with what we're seeing. 1 euro is equal to $1.60 in US dollars, right? Which is kind of helping you understand the difference, right? 1 euro is equivalent to $1.16 in the US. Now, a few days ago, 1 euro was equivalent to about 115, right? 115. And before that, 1 euro was still equivalent to 115. Clearly, the last numbers don't really matter, right? Because you're using those first two digits to realize. So really gain strength in about 1 cent, but it's not really 1 cent. It's a lot more than that when it comes to that technical number, right? But we can see over the course of days how much, strength was gained between the euro and the US dollar, right? So essentially what's happening in the market, you're buying one currency, you're selling the other simultaneously. Same thing while we're doing traveling. I'm selling my US dollars, but I'm buying the euro, right? So here, right, the first currency I would have been buying the euro as I'm selling the US dollar, which is exactly what I was doing in this instance. I was buying euros and I was getting rid of my US dollars. And when I'm going back to the US, I will be selling my euros, but I'm buying US dollars. So if that helped made sense of it, right? As we're buying, right, the market is going up, right? So the value of your euro is going up, but I'm getting rid of my US dollars, and the US dollar is actually falling, meaning that the cost, the strength of the US is going down because euro's going up. And because of that, my US dollars aren't worth as much, which is why on day 3, I was only going to get 116 euros, but day 1 and 2, I was going to get 130 because my US dollar value decreased. So if it decreased, you're not going to be able to make more money, right? You're going to essentially make less money. So that is really what is happening in the market. And this is a reflection of it, right? And so if we're seeing that the market is going up and we're seeing these higher highs and we're seeing these higher lows, meaning, the market's going up and it's going higher and is breaking the highs and is continuously growing in strength, right? If it's growing in strength because this pair starts with the euro, that means that the euro is growing in strength. So as long as this continues to go up, I should see major strength in the euro, which will kind of be great because by the time I leave, I actually might be able to make more money back converting my euros to US dollars in the end. So I'll let you guys know how that goes. I will ask for updates and information so that you guys can see, the difference and change in just days, and we can come back and look at this market, this chart, and we can compare, where the market was at the start, where the market was at the end, and what those numbers were. And that might help you better understand how you're winning or losing in the market, okay? So for those of you who'd like more in-depth analysis or a more basic understanding but really knowing when to enter and exit to buy in the market or to sell in the market, make sure to, look at the information in the description below. I have an amazing free session that I'm doing with individuals who come strictly from this YouTube video, right? Make sure to click the link in the description to get full access on information and steps to understand, when you're buying in the market, when you're selling in the market, and why those are the best times to do that. Okay, so thank you for tuning in. It's Trade with Ellie, all things trade, travel, investing related. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you in my next video.